Hi everyone, it's David. Okay, I'm going to take the time and see if I can get on audio the entire chapter 1 of the Alpha and Omega Saga for you. And so I just learned some new techniques and some new things that I can do with the movie software. And I believe it's going to allow me to do just an audio version of chapter 1, and so I'm really excited about this, and I'll share it with you just as soon as I get this together for you. So I'll go ahead and start reading, and we'll just take this one step at a time and see if this works. So the Alpha and Omega Saga by David F. Kuhn. Chapter 1, Life on Fuyo Fuyo. Life on Fuyo Fuyo consists of families of winds and flames and creatures from 1,000 worlds mixed and living together on the peaceful planet Fuyo Fuyo. The people stay together and mind their own business for the most part, oblivious to Satan, the adversary, the Z, and the evil thereof. Ordinary life on Fuyo Fuyo is mom and dad and children doing what winds and flames do. Playing games, doing yard work, cooking meals, fixing and racing sunships, watching interplanetary sports and news, doing business, gossiping back and forth, showing off their flying skills in their sunships, keeping up with the Joneses, and telling and reverencing the legend of the misleaders. The people of Fuyo Fuyo ask a question: how do misleaders become misleaders? Why don't misleaders visit Fuyo Fuyo like they used to? Will the misleaders ever return to visit again? They dream about what misleaders do in the fight against Satan, the adversary, and the Z with the force of the Q. They dream of helping citizens in distress and finding creatures who need care. Some of the winds and flames of Fuyo Fuyo believe in the legend of the misleaders, while others do not believe in the misleaders, or in the Q, or in Satan, the adversary, and the Z at all. Son, weren't you going to show me your sunship? The guys in the neighborhood would like to see her. How about you and I take her for a spin around town? Fred. I'm almost done working on her. Now that these minor adjustments have been made, we should be as good as new. She should be as good as new. I gave her some extra bells and whistles, new thrusters, and a back seat. Now just a couple more adjustments until she's ready to go, says Freddie. Can I help you with anything else while you're still working on things, says Fred. Sure, I could use all the help I could get. Could you hand me that wrench, says Freddie. Let's see what we can do, says Fred. That should do it, says Freddie. We should take her for a spin. Fred. I think so. Let's jump on in. I go shotgun, says Freddie. You are going to leave me in the back seat. How kind of you, says Fred. Let's see what she's got. The new thrusters that I installed should give her a little more kick, says Freddie. Nice, she purrs like a kitten, says Fred. Should we take her on a brief run to Loha, says Freddie. Sure, why not, says Fred. Is it okay if we make a quick stop at the university before we leave? My professor left our homework assignment on his desk for the students to pick up to work on at home, says Freddie. The two take off and make their way to the university. They arrive at the university to find that the adversary has taken over control of the university. What's going on around here? Hold on, Dad. Something isn't right. It looks like the adversary has invaded the school. Let's get out of here fast, says Freddie. I think you're right, says Fred. The father and son hit their thrusters and head out of Fuyo Fuyo under adversary fire and head to the nearby planet Loha. Fred and Freddie are shot at, but are not followed by the adversary beyond the limits of Fuyo Fuyo's atmosphere. They set their sunship map coordinates to Loha and are now on a mission to find anyone that fits the description of the misleaders to help back home in the battle with Satan and the adversary and the Z on Fuyo Fuyo. The misleaders, on the other hand, have been like a fish out of water living on Loha, far away from their home planet, the 5710 system. They've been busy lost in the quiet green forests of Loha and among the thousands of creatures that inhabit Loha, blending in with the scenery and turning themselves into something like hermits, keeping themselves away from all life forms except themselves. The misleaders have become somewhat inexperienced, oblivious quite lamentably to what's going on in Fuyo Fuyo. Even if the misleaders wanted to help Fuyo Fuyo, they lacked experience as misleaders and have not discovered the Q or how to use the Q as of yet. Fuyo Fuyo is close enough to Loha that you can see Loha from Fuyo Fuyo. Both planets are close enough to each other that they look like moons from each planet's orbit. David, Gordon, Yellow, and Lincoln are working on their sunships when Fred and Freddy from Fuyo Fuyo arrive at their humble dwelling on Loha. Hi, gentlemen. My home planet is under attack. Fuyo Fuyo is in trouble. We're looking for the misleaders to help us regain Fuyo Fuyo before it falls entirely to Satan and the adversary. Wouldn't you happen to know them? Or where to find them? Time is of the essence. Our people are dying, says Fred and Freddy. How did this happen? David, Gordon, Yellow, and Lincoln asked. Satan and the adversary came out of nowhere and attacked Fuyo Fuyo. All of it. They've destroyed the universities, the temples of devotion, and the government. The adversary is still on Fuyo Fuyo fighting our people as we speak. It won't be much longer before the entire planet is under total adversary control. The only ones that can help us now are the misleaders. The legend of the misleaders that we tell back home is that the misleaders can fight against Satan and the adversary. If the legend is true, the misleaders are Fuyo Fuyo's only hope. We believe in the misleaders and believe that they can help us rid Fuyo Fuyo of Satan and the adversary, said Freddy. Your search for the misleaders may prove fruitless. Even Satan and the adversary have a hard time finding the misleaders. The galaxy expands every day. Nothing in the galaxy is getting any smaller. The misleaders are a rare and a dying breed. Just ask Gordon and Lincoln. They know what it's like to be dead, says David. Do you know where the misleaders can be found? The time is running out. The great misleader and the sun and the misleaders are the only ones who can help us now, says Fred and Freddy. We might know something about these misleaders you speak of. It's possible that we can lead you to them as well. We don't make any promises, though, at least not right now. We must admit your faith in the Q and the misleaders is impressive. There aren't many winds or flames left who believe in the misleaders and the Q, or even in Satan and the adversary and the Z. Are you aware that there are only a handful of misleaders left in the galaxy? Satan and the adversary have hunted down the misleaders throughout the galaxy, and there are little to no misleaders left, and little Q to balance out the Z. However, we believe that we can take you to the misleaders you seek, said David, Gordon, Yellow, and Lincoln. You'll take us to the misleaders? Asked Freddy. Yes, we'll take you to the misleaders. In fact, we are the misleaders that you seek. We are not much for the last of the misleaders, the very last of them. Winds and flames have not flesh and bones as you see we have, said David, Gordon, Yellow, and Lincoln. We will do all that we can to help you in Fuyo Fuyo, but we must inform you that we are out of form and inexperienced. We do not know how to use the Q as of yet. If you don't mind that, we are okay with helping you out. So where do we get started? Asked David, Gordon, Yellow, and Lincoln. You are the misleaders. That's awesome news. Get your things. We leave right now. There's no time to waste, said Freddy and Fred. We are inexperienced and out of good form misleaders, just so you know. We don't want to overpromise anything to you. Are you okay with that being the case? Asked David, Gordon, Yellow, and Lincoln. Yes, that will work for us. You are the misleaders that we've been looking for, said Fred and Freddy. Then Fuyo Fuyo, here we come, says David, Gordon, Yellow, and Lincoln. So that's the end of Life on Fuyo Fuyo, Chapter 1. So thanks so much for following along, and hope to have you guys join me on future readings. All right, take care. Bye-bye.